Welcome to Swift Kick TV. I'm so excited to be back on the couch with both of you.
I know, it's been a little bit.
I mean, the couch is over there, you're not on the couch.
And you're not, I'm on the couch, you're not on the couch.
Okay.
Near the couch. We're excited to be near the couch.
We're 20 seconds in and already disagreeing. This is going to start out great.
It's like a regular day.
I'm so excited. Let's see if we can at least agree on intros.
Okay. What do you got?
You are?
Princess.
Nope. Okay. You lost your chance. You are?
Queen.
Nope. Okay. My name is Tom Kriegelstein. You can find me right here on the Insta and the socials. Try again.
Okay, all right.
I'm Sabina Colleran.
And Melissa Ruiz.
Boring.
Boring. Listen, I'm excited to be here again doing a Swift Kick TV episode with both of you and
you.
And you. And all of you. I haven't said hi, Mom, in a while, so hi, Mom.
Okay.
All right.
Got it out of the way. Melissa, what's happening today?
Today we have an awesome guest. I'm pretty excited to have this person on board. Yes.
What if it's not a person?
Ooh, foreshadowing.
It could be a tiger.
Grumpy cat?
Yeah.
Or grumpy cat.
Grumpy cat, tell us how you feel
I love
today.
interviewing Grumpy Cat, yes. But before we bring out this amazing person, guys, I ran a half marathon.
That's amazing.
You did it.
I did it. I finished. And
Why'd
then
you
I
do
died.
it?
Funsies.
Is this your ghost that I'm looking at right now?
Yeah, it is.
Spooky.
I have a hologram.
At what point in the 13.2 miles did you feel like, I'm done, I'm out?
Like mile 1.
Standing at the starting line, crap.
I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm here. It's happening. We're gonna do it, yeah. But there's definitely this mental thing that just kind of kicks in. The first 5K, I was like, I did it. There's 35 minutes, boom. And then after that, you're like, oh, we're still doing it. And you see the runners going by, the marathon runners that are going like super fast, and just, it was a good adrenaline rush. And part of me was like, oh, rest. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna rest. We're gonna do this. So you just, that mind over matter kicks in.
That's great.
That says so much about, like, you have a discipline that I don't think I'll ever have.
Then you cross that finish line and you're like, give me all the pancakes.
Sabina, when are you running a half marathon?
Let's give it about 300 years. I think I'll be ready then.
That's good. That's good timing.
Because she'll be a robot by then.
Yes.
That'll be good.
Yes, and robots can run.
Congratulations. That's exciting.
Thank you.
Not what's happening today. We are not going to run a marathon.
We're not.
However, maybe
we're gonna
feed our butterflies to push ourselves to see what happens when we go outside our comfort zone. Ourselves as leaders, but then also our team and organization. And that happens to be the topic of today is feed your butterflies. And do you want to tease them a little bit on our special guest?
Of course, I always want to tease people. So, fun fact number 1, our guest's first internship was at NASA.
Oh, casual.
Casual, right? Like, no pressure. But, like, step your game up.
Mine was at a grocery store.
Your internship was at a grocery store?
Internship. No, it was at forthefan.com. Not around anymore, but it was this guy selling. Anyways.
Selling what?
Oh, clothing. Sporting clothing.
Whew, all right. Mm-hmm.
That's when I realized entrepreneurs work so way too hard and they don't pay themselves enough because he didn't pay himself enough. Carry on.
Fun facts about Tom, right? Is that what we're doing right now? Yeah?
Yeah. Next fun fact. Our guest is co-producing an internet TV show about fun facts about animals with an 8-year-old. Yes. Going to be much success on the YouTubes.
Honestly, it probably will.
It's totally going to crush SKTV.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Just based on it alone, I'm not. I just want to watch it.
You have a YouTube show with an 8-year-old. You win.
Fun facts about animals. Yeah, that's good. I was trying to come up with a fun fact real quickly.
Platypus, deadly. Don't mess with a platypus. They'll kill you.
Is that your spirit animal?
Probably. But like they have a venom in their saliva. If you get bit by one, I'm pretty sure you die. Am I making that up? We'll see. Maybe it'll be on the show.
Well, it's on the internet now, so it's real.
Dinosaurs had feathers.
The visual. You know what? You should edit in one of those.
Colorful feathers.
I'll just give hints of feathers.
Some dinosaurs had very colorful feathers. It totally changes the perspective. Imagine Jurassic Park with the with a little whoosh coming out. Completely different show.
It's a different movie. It's a different movie.
Birdcage meets Jurassic
Well, I know what
Park.
the still of this episode
Birdcage meets Jurassic
Park. Done. Mic over.
All right, I'm going to finish the
Third one,
facts,
yeah.
I have one more. Our guest designed 3 cholis for her brother's wedding. I just gave it away. But, so if you think of a sari, traditional Indian dress, it's and it was gorgeous, guys. Gorgeous. Maybe we'll include pictures. But it was really pretty.
That's great. I love it. Those are 3 good facts. I'm so curious who this dinosaur and feather is that's going to show up on our couch in just a moment.
A dinosaur feather is our guest. Have you heard this?
We've changed the show. We realize now the internet wants
dinosaur feathers.
Our guest is clearly onto something that we're not. So, but before we bring our guest out, final thing is those of you who know us know that we are professional speakers and facilitators. We do trainings at colleges and corporations around employee engagement, student engagement, company culture, campus culture. And we like to give a quick little tip about speaking. And this one happens to be around room setup, specifically with the chairs. I can't tell you the number of times I go into rooms and either it's round tables, and let me put it this way, is that each person's a ball of energy, and the further that energy is apart from each other, the harder it is to manage that energy in the room. So my goal is to bring everyone as close together as possible with their chairs so that the energy is as close to the front and closest to me as possible. And so that way, and then the second part to that is also so often in programs we'll say things like, turn to your neighbor and blah, blah, blah. And then make sure you have even number of chairs in a row, because if you have an odd number of chairs, there's always one person that's like this and goes, oh, how do I
am alone.
Yeah.
Nobody likes me.
Yeah, and then they cry and then blame us on the feedback form.
Yes.
Just to avoid that. This is a great
Just to
tip.
avoid that, even number of chairs, bring the chairs together as close as possible, close to the front. I think we're ready for our guest.
I think so.
Let's do this.
Oh, yeah.
Ready?
I want to do it too.
It's amazing.
That was amazing.
I know.
A little lightheaded. Do you feel
magic.
okay?
A little bit. A little
Okay.
bit. I mean, yeah, going through
Through time and space.
like that, the
It'll
portal.
take a lot out of you.
I do it pretty often.
Yeah,
Used to it.
it's easier to travel.
Used to it.
I mean, that versus
Used to
the
it.
subway, you gotta
Yeah.
choose the portal.
That's it. Choose the portal. All right. But our guest is Mona Patel. She will tell you all about herself in just a moment, but I think we have some awesome ways to get to know her a little bit better.
I'm ready.
Called the rapid fire round.
Let's do it.
Ready? Okay. All right. You want to go first? You go first. You go
Okay,
first.
wait.
Ready?
Oh gosh.
Okay, ready?
So I'm stressed.
And would you prefer flowers or edible arrangements?
Flowers.
Give a gift or get a gift?
Get.
Multiple choice or open-ended?
Open-ended.
Class president or class clown?
President.
I was totally a class clown.
Oh, me too.
Definitely president.
It's how I got
How
through
do you
it.
boss people around if you're the clown?
Yeah.
Right?
No one takes the clown seriously.
Yeah.
You gotta boss people around as a president.
But if you saw a picture of me, which recently surfaced on the internet, I was straight off the farm, glasses tilted. I needed to be funny to get not beat up. I think so. It was pretty fair. Okay.
That was a good moment. Yes. Okay.
we all
Ready?
look like that.
Drive through the mountains or walk on the beach?
Drive through the mountains.
Ooh, favorite primary color?
Red.
Favorite children's book?
Mine.
Which is, hello everyone.
Which is segue.
Yeah.
What?
What's the book? So
It's called The Thing About Swings. It's an elephant that redesigns a swing. And a skunk the entire time is like, we can't do that. It costs too much
Of course it was a
money.
skunk. Yeah.
Of
Makes
course
sense.
it's a skunk. It costs too much money. It takes too much time. No one's ever done it before. But she's really committed to building a swing. And then she's talking about it. He's saying we can't. And there's an orangutan who just builds a really bad one. And the whole point of it is just do shit.
you can find it on
Stop
Amazon.
talking. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It launches next
I
week.
like it. Oh, yeah. Last time you had goosebumps?
Last week when someone told me a story about a child and some issues with the child.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's it.
This is stressful.
No, we
Mood
take
changer.
we take a moment to pause
Elephants.
for the
Yeah.
human connection.
Yes.
Now we're back. First vacation you ever took?
Bahamas with my parents.
Aw. And your favorite board game?
Monopoly.
Ah.
I can't get on the Monopoly boat.
It says so much
Only
about
if you
person.
win.
There's two
You have to
types of
win.
people.
You have
Only
to
if
win.
you win. Is
They
that
like
what it is?
Monopoly and they don't like Monopoly.
Because it takes 8 hours to play.
That's how I feel.
My
Count all your money. Are you kidding?
My family had to ban it.
Wait, my brother and his wife banned it because they were going to get divorced several times over it.
We would have like 16 side deals and signed contracts for
exactly.
stuff. It's like, okay, if you let my property,
negotiate.
I'll cook breakfast for you tomorrow as long as I get half rent on that, but I'll call my third child after your second child.
Same.
It's too much.
Same.
Yeah.
It comes into real life.
Hashtag too much.
Do you want to go play Pictionary instead?
Yes.
Okay, that's much better.
Yes.
Pictionary is good. Does that count as a board game? Because you're up. Yeah, I guess it does. Because it came. Yeah.
For losers.
There's a board.
There's stuff printed.
This is fun. I'm never leaving. Ever leaving. This is my new job.
Oh no, I was saying Losers is a board game that I love to play.
Is it about you, Tom?
It's where you draw pictures and
you.
someone. No, okay, sorry.
You draw pictures.
We learned a
We
lot.
played that game. You were the loser.
Oh, that's right. Go back episode I did Heather Willems.
Yes,
who you know.
Heather!
We did Pictionary, her versus me.
It was hilarious.
Great.
That's
great. Yeah.
Sad.
Tom did do well.
I'm so surprised.
Not my finest.
Go watch that episode next.
That's a good game.
Yeah.
Anybody
right.
against Heather.
All right. Yeah. You want to?
Oh no! So we learned some. No. First we learned rapid fire stuff.
Okay.
But really, like, can you give us the 30 minute? I'm sorry, 30
30
second.
minute? Yes. Oh my God.
I'm ready.
Finally.
Ready for my
Saying. Everyone's
I
always
think
doing
this is
3
my
minutes.
long lost sister. I didn't know that I had, but this is awesome. Okay.
That's why you say princess and queen. I was like, Your Majesty. Is that happening? Can I
The
do
hair
this?
flip is everything. It's just every sentence.
These are my people. I made it home. Yeah.
Not
Tell us
leaving.
about you. Tell us about you.
What can I share? I have 2 boys, 8 and 5. Tom and I were talking about them. They are wonderful, and they're a lot, and so they've really driven me to make the most out of my day, every day at work. I love my work as a result, I think, honestly, because I had those 2 kids.
Yeah.
And so my work, I have a design agency, and then we could call it research, but it really is shifting into an agency around helping companies have a better understanding of what customers actually need in their life. And it's been very fulfilling. And then there's a staffing firm that helps companies build out user experience expertise, and which is my background.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
And for folks that might not know, what if you were to define user experience?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's basically understanding what people need and then designing products to fit that need. And so it has a component of research and it has a component of design. And then under that, once you decide that, there's all of the best practices to making sure it's easy and intuitive and increases a customer satisfaction with that product.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love
Makes
it.
sense. I
pretty fun.
probably interact with it all the time and don't even realize it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know when people don't invest in it. Anytime you're frustrated, you know that people have not invested in it.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's on. Do you know the podcast 99% Invisible?
Yeah.
They talk about how good design is when you don't notice design.
Exactly.
If you notice it, it's not doing its job.
Yeah, I love it. And I actually just started, so kind of tying it in, I just started the Daniel Pink book, To Sell is Human.
Yes.
And it kind of talks like we're all doing it all the time. We're constantly trying to move people to do what we want, and sometimes it's a design piece, and sometimes it's just the words that you put in the design.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
That's great. I love it. Well, we have some deeper questions.
Okay.
And I would love to
Yes.
love to ask you about, to really like dig in to understand.
Okay.
So the theme
What are we
of
understanding?
today. You.
Oh!
I didn't know.
My favorite topic.
Join the club.
We are a company of narcissists. Okay, carry on.
Ish.
Ish. Yeah, it's ish.
Not in the all the way on the
Not
DSM.
all the way.
Under control.
Enough.
Yeah.
It's healthy.
We got it.
Yeah.
When
Be your own best friend.
I was about to go on a rant about greatness. I'm
felt
not. I'm going to bring it back and focus on the question that's right here. And the theme is feed your butterflies. So we have a core value here at Swift Kick that says feed your butterflies, which is the idea that when we push ourselves outside our comfort zone, we'll feel the butterflies in our stomach when we go into the learning zone. And so we should feed those butterflies.
Yes.
What do you think of when you hear that phrase?
It's funny. My first reaction was exactly that. Do things that scare me. Do things that I wouldn't normally do so that I can continue evolving. But I remember in a tougher part of my life, after I came out of that, I kept using the metaphor of being a butterfly. That I had to cocoon and kind of protect myself and figure things out all by myself. And things were changing inside of me through working on myself. And then when I emerged, I was just a different person. You would not recognize that version and this version. I look the same, I sound the same, but I know I'm a different person inside. So the first thing that came to me is that I need to keep doing that. Like, keep feeding opportunities to evolve so drastically from who I am or who I think I am. And then kind of fly with that.
I love it.
Yeah.
I was really nervous you were going to say something like a fun fact about butterflies.
I don't know anything about butterflies yet. I know about mosquitoes, which is only a female's bite.
Oh.
That sounds about right.
And I think they pee on you when they bite.
We're talking about mosquitoes. They pee on you when they bite?
Yeah. You can see you can see penguin poopy from space. That's another one that I know. Wombats have cube-shaped poopy. It's 8-year-olds.
It's 8-year-olds. It's 8-year-olds.
What was this episode about?
So I know about poop and butterflies.
But I bet there's a really good episode for your show around butterflies, because they when they go into the cocoon, they totally they like
metamorphose.
Completely.
It's every cell different.
It's crazy.
That's why, like, when you said feeding your butterflies, it really is like, what if I could take everything that I think I know about myself and just like blend it?
Yeah.
Just get rid of it and then redefine and just start the day new. That's the first visual that came to me.
Yeah. It sounds like midlife crisis.
Great.
Step one, get a car.
I did have a 40th birthday, so that could be it.
But it's cool because in the research of when you feed your butterflies, studies have shown that there's a physiological response happening when you're nervous. Your cortisol levels are up.
Yeah.
Stress hormones start to send signals to the brain like, fight or flight.
Hence
that's what's
butterflies.
creating those butterflies. So let's going on off of that idea. When it comes to leading a team, when you've had to encourage your team to try something new, to feed their butterflies.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a story? I feel like you got a story. Right?
I'm doing it maybe too much. No, really. So when we were coming up with that insider insight, I had a bunch of researchers who know how to do research a certain way, and I had to try to move them into doing something different. Sometimes it was successful, sometimes it wasn't, but my job was to get them to keep questioning everything that they knew how to do to see if we could come up with something better. And I think it's interesting that stress level, some people see it as stress and they don't want it, and some people see it as stress and they're like, let's just try this on and see what happens. And you see the difference pretty easily in the team. So when I'm managing a team, for the most part, I'm trying to remind them, you're labeling this feeling as something scary. You could label it as exciting. And if you labeled it as exciting, then you might be able to move past it. And that's pretty much like the advice I'm giving consistently. It's that, whatever you think you're feeling is just labeled as that. Change the label. See what happens.
That's in the book Super Better by Jane McGonigal.
Okay.
She says exactly what you just said, that nervousness and excitement are the same feeling.
It's the same feeling.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is be like, it's a positive instead of a negative. And like, that is like life-changing.
Failure, learning. There's so many words that you can just decide to not call it that.
This makes me really nervous. This makes me really excited.
Yeah, and it is the same feeling. Like, you're about to see a concert and you're like, ooh! It's not ooh. Can you do that? Yeah, and there's the butterflies. They're butterflies.
Ooh. I was thinking about with speaking the number of times that I've gone into a program that's not our normal one, and so I get nervous.
Me too.
And then I have this internal conversation with myself over many times. I've had this. So I'm like, well, Tom, you've been here. You've done this 1,000 times. Yes, you're nervous right now, but you're going to get through it, and it's going to be great. Like, I say that line to myself. You've gotten through this before, and you'll be great
powerful.
again.
I should do that. Yeah.
Well, and any time you're in front of people, we were talking about this in the office the other day, it's not a natural human need to stand in front of people and teach them something.
Everything in your Cro-Magnon brain's going, run!
Don't do this! But I do have a mantra, and it's actually a quote by Mother Teresa, and it is, let no one ever come to you without leaving better and happier.
That's it.
And just knowing that it just puts me at ease of like, no, we're gonna have a fun time, but maybe some out there is gonna learn something from what I say.
It's worth this fear for.
And if I don't have butterflies, then I'm like, ooh, maybe I'm not doing something right here. Maybe I'm not ready for this talk the way that I need to be because those butterflies aren't. I look for them. I'm like, where y'all at? What's going on?
Where are you?
Yeah.
Woo, I feel it. I'm really glad that we created that. This episode. Oh my gosh.
But it puts you in the present. It puts you in the moment of what you're about to do, who you're about to talk to, what your message is, and how powerful it can be.
I would second that. I think I was such an introvert growing up, and it's kind of funny. I wish I had some of the sheets from when I first started speaking. I would write out like, "Hi, my name's Mona." I was just so nervous about the whole thing. I didn't want to do it, but it's exactly what you said, which is, what if I can help somebody through this? Like, what if, I'm in service of something other than myself? If I go up there and I'm thinking about myself, I don't do very well. But if it's, there's somebody who's feeling stuck and something I'm going to say is going to get them to not feel stuck and they're going to have a solution as a result, that's super fun. That's really fun. As a person who likes to teach, like that's awesome.
In the days of technology, I usually get like an Instagram message. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Message. You send me an email. Instagram. No, but I love it.
I like Instagram.
Keep it coming.
I like Instagram.
I was gonna say all about the likes, all about the likes.
The comments, not likes, comments.
Yeah.
Comments.
Let me know.
Let me know. Yeah, that I helped you. I agree.
I was thinking back to the beginning of my speaking career, and I had this moment where I fumbled multiple times at a conference. Horrible experience. And my body, the stress in my body had built up so much, and the anxiety and the nerves had built up, and the fear, all of it was like grappling in my body that I went to the bathroom and like urinated blood. And it was so serious in that moment.
That's a different butterfly.
Yeah, that's a dead butterfly.
But I specifically, like, I think back to the beginning of my career, and I know there's speakers that are now just starting their career, and they're going to have a similar experience.
Yeah.
I think I was just dumb and didn't know that I just kept going. Whereas I think if that happened to me now, I'd be like, get medical advice, stop doing this, not a good idea. What would you tell a professional now? Like if someone in maybe in your field or another field that they're entering in and they're just filled with the butterflies in the stomach.
I mean, to me, it actually is the same piece of advice, which is, if it's at that level, maybe slow your roll.
Actually get medical
a little bit. Slow your roll a little bit. Don't go in front of 500 people. Maybe 5. Work your way up.
That was certainly a mistake.
That's a lot. But if it's a reasonable number of people and they're making it up in their head, breath work is strong for me, which is just recognize that you're here, that you've already made the decision to get up on stage. You have about 30 seconds before you get up on stage. So just calm whatever you can calm, and then keep the rest as energy, as good stuff moving forward. It's a little bit of a dance, right? So the first couple of times, at least for me, when I was speaking, you fumble a lot. You don't know what you're doing, but then once you start getting into the rhythm of it, it's actually really fun. Mm-hmm. It's really fun. I don't think about it anymore. You get mic'd up and you're just kind of used to it. But that first time, remembering that you have this whole path, this is the first step, it's the first dance, and it's crawl, walk, run, right? It's going to be a little bit clumsy.
I think one of my strategies, regardless, speaking's one venue, which obviously we all do, but another one is just in meetings or meeting someone. My number one way to break down the nerves is just get some sort of smile, laughter from them.
Yeah,
and I'll try and figure out something, or a compliment. Oftentimes I'll try this out, and they're like genuine, like I'm looking for something. I'm like, oh, I really like your ring.
Yeah.
Just something that breaks it from the nerves, and then people tend to be more relaxed.
It's a connection. It's the first connection, and that's what you need to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Makes you real. Yeah. Another book you reminded me of when you talked about breath work.
Yeah.
Girl, Wash Your Face. I can't remember the
so
author.
excited about it.
It's a great
I just
book.
heard about this.
Someone just somebody tweeted me about this too.
Yeah, it's a great book. It's Girl, Wash Your Face, and I can't remember the author's name right now, and we'll link it and whatever. But she talks about how she went to someone in New York that focuses on teaching people how to breathe properly. So when you're instructed to take a deep breath, usually we go like this.
Yeah.
We breathe in our shoulders, and this part of your lungs is the smallest part of your lungs. Why would you try to inhale with the smallest part of your lungs? And she talks about diaphragmatic breathing. Expanding your diaphragm, that's how you get the most oxygen. So
we're all doing it right now.
We're all doing it right now. But when you need that oxygen refresh, that's how you should be breathing. Is through your diaphragm, filling your entire lungs, because this deep breath is going to get you a fraction of what you need to really send that oxygen to your blood, to change up your state in that moment, to refresh yourself.
I had a trainer who told me also, if I say take a deep breath, almost everybody inhales, try exhaling first. Like, get rid of it. Yeah, and then inhale.
Yeah, don't inhale in the middle.
Don't inhale in the middle of, like, like all your panic. You're like, boom.
That's how you hyperventilate. Yeah.
And then start. Yeah. And then start, like, with intention, start.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah. Holy moly.
And speaking of books, what about...
we heard there's another book.
There's
in your
another
repertoire.
book. Yes, there's a book
called
called Reframe. It's actually, the children's book is the story I told my kids when they asked me what Reframe was.
Oh.
So Reframe is design thinking. It's, how you get from problem to solution and getting through getting through all of your, we call BS excuse personas to get there. And the skunk represents all the BS excuse personas. Ava, the elephant, represents all of the ideation. And then getting it done is the orangutan. So it's like, it's exactly the same story, just more consumable for a younger audience and other adults. I don't like to read.
Is it workbook format or is it like read?
The Reframe is read.
Book?
No, Reframe is like a business book that you read. It's a kind of business self-helpy design thinking.
Who would be the ideal person to buy it and read it?
So there's a lot of user experience people have read it. It's part of a curriculum in a design thinking course.
Oh, nice.
So at University of Texas and Maryland. So it depends. There's students and there's workers that are looking for a process to go from I don't have any ideas and we have a problem to here are a bunch of ideas that we could try and iterate and improve upon. And it takes you through the whole thing.
That's great.
When you were writing the book, did you ever have to feed your butterflies?
So it's when I launched the book, for sure. I stopped. Even this children's book, it took me 3 years because I would start and I was like, no, not ready, not ready. With Reframe, I was pissed. And so I had a client meeting, we delivered this really beautiful design, and then the client's like, we're not going to actually do this because no one's ever done it before. And I lost my shit. Like, it's like, okay.
That's exactly why you should do it.
Got into a cab from Midtown, came down here, and the entire time I'm talking into my phone. And I did that, then I walked home, then I walked back, and about a week of just talking into my phone about why people aren't thinking, and I wish they would do this, that, and the other. I got that transcribed. That was the beginning of the book. It was so emotional, right? Like the where it came from, I didn't have butterflies because I cared so much about, like, why don't people just do this? It's so easy. And then I realized that entrepreneurs and smaller businesses wanted to do that, but they don't have access to my rates. And so this was a way, I saw who I could serve, I saw what I wanted to say, that helped me not have butterflies. As soon as I was done, I was like, well, this is mine. I'm not going to let anybody read this. I'm not giving this to anybody.
I have a third child.
Yeah, I do call it my third child, actually. Yeah. It's a labor of love. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, we wrote one book, and I think we almost killed each other 3 times. And we're currently working on our second book, and it's there's a budget for alcohol.
No kidding.
It's the new line item.
Yeah,
it's a new line item.
I ate cheese fries. That's what I was allowed to eat cheese fries and nachos and anything I wanted. Like, I did 3-day sprints where it was just like nothing but writing, and I could eat anything. I didn't drink. I just ate like carbs.
Yeah,
a lot of carbs.
I propose a bottle of bourbon in the middle of the table and 3 days writing.
Yes,
I'd be so
we could do tequila too.
All right, thank you.
I'll have one bottle. You have tequila. Yeah. What do you want?
Soylent.
I'm not leaving, so I'll be there too.
Okay. Oh, right.
Also, what are you drinking?
Cheese fries. No, we need food. We can't. So she'll bring it back.
Speaking of
alcoholism, what?
No. Thank you for that. The questions, those answers, those questions. Those are really good.
It's time for some shameless self-promotion.
So if you don't mind, we need to take a moment to talk to our endearing fans out there. Fan, and mom.
Hi, Mom.
Our loyal like button clicker.
Yes, I love it. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. We have a newsletter that we would love for you to be a part of. And here's how you get on that newsletter. You text the words Team Human to 66866, confirm your email address, and you get a dose of this. every week in your inbox.
Who should read this newsletter? Great question, Melissa. The people who would love to read this newsletter are those who run teams and organizations. Someone who's looking to better create an engaging experience for their team members within their team or organization. Thank you. That was a wonderful question.
I asked good questions.
Yeah. Any other questions? That's also a really good question. SwiftKickHQ.com is where you can find out more information about us. Thanks.
And you can also subscribe right underneath of this video to get
probably
more. Or over here. Over there?
It's probably over
I
there.
think it's red. Click that.
Not the other red button.
Not the self-destruct button.
Yeah.
Don't do that one. Don't do that one. Subscribe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now back to our regular scheduled programming.
Reading is hard.
Can't read.
Thanks for that interlude. We got to
You're welcome.
We got to pay the bills here in this production. And so with that, it's time. We always like to do a little surprise for the guests.
Yeah,
And,
I heard. She's like,
Panic.
those are butterflies.
I
want you to
read it.
feed
Like,
them.
what's happening?
well, that's a great question because I don't know.
We don't know.
Actually.
Yeah, I saw blank. So
Sabina, what's
Funny thing is he does know and he's forgotten.
Yeah.
So that's what's even better.
why
about
we get
it.
along. Yeah, that's why we get
All
along.
right. So
But I approved it at one point here, so it's
Yeah.
going to be amazing.
Is it on here?
I think.
It's not.
No, it's not.
Oh, I deleted
Let's
it.
just enjoy
this
this.
is actually Tom's idea, which is even better about this whole thing. Okay.
Okay.
So I
Like,
figured
spirit buddy.
a good way to feed butterflies is to have to, put in a piece into something that you don't really know where it's going to fit in, but you have to do it anyway.
Okay.
And in this case, Tom, why you laugh?
I still don't remember. I'm like, where is this going?
It's so fun to see
Yeah.
someone else doing what you do,
Oh,
you
no.
know?
So,
This is good. Go ahead.
I feel you.
so I don't know if you watch any Jimmy Fallon, but there's a game called Word Sneak.
Okay.
You're each going to get a list of 3 words.
Okay.
They are words
Oh,
that I
this
made
is
up
good.
on a
This
Tuesday
is good.
afternoon
Ah.
that they have no
Real
connection to anything.
Okay.
It's just random words. They're real words. They're not
Okay.
made up. Okay. There's no lululus going on. But you guys need to just have
Define it, right?
conversation
Oh.
and sneak the word in, trying not to get caught like as casually as possible.
So not like, have you seen my Lulu?
Right, exactly. More like, well, when I was at the Lulu, I was doing this, and then Tom will be like, wait a minute, did you just say Lulu?
I can't wait for Lulu to be one of the words.
It's not, because that was a today word. This was Tuesday's words. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So,
ready. Let's do
To
it.
really mix it up, pick your card. Wow, you guys just chose the one that was like...
I wanted the blue one, but whatever.
So,
Okay.
just whenever you're ready, just start talking, and we'll see...
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
And so how do we call it? How do we say?
You can kind of like wait, point
Whoever
a
gets-
little,
Okay, yeah. Let's
but
just go
you
with
don't
We're
need
just
to.
talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just
So
thinking
I'm
about...
like watching a show or like what's happening. Like,
Yeah, I'm thinking about your YouTube show that's coming up. with
yeah, I was
all-
thinking the same one. The animals.
the-
That's
the
so
animals
funny.
and like a gaggle of what's that?
A gaggle?
of what? Yeah.
Geese?
Is
a
it
gaggle
geese?
one of the words?
Nope. But I just think about it's close. I was just thinking about that, like, because they're so interesting. I would love to know what is a group of geese, what is a group of toads, what's a group of jellyfish. Like,
Do you know what a group of flies is?
No.
It's called a business.
What?
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Group of flies calls a business. There's buzzing all around.
They're just,
Okay.
yeah,
Wait,
exactly.
what's-
All insects
no,
are kind of
I
weird.
know another
weird.
one of these. A
Like,
group
what do bees like?
pollen.
Is this a joke?
No, I don't know. We're doing like random facts,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Pollen.
I don't know. You guys turn this into a fun
I was like,
fact
honey.
show.
Group
But
of,
I don't know.
Group of prehistoric people.
Like the dinosaurs with the wait, what
Are we
what
trying
they
to
have?
get the other person together?
I think
Or is
that's
Tom
what's
having a
happening.
stroke?
I think Tom is just saying.
I think
words.
I'm making you guys say my words because I got like almost 2 down now.
Dang it! She's
Really?
pressuring us.
Oh,
She's
wow.
good.
Wait, so what? No.
I'm
okay.
one.
You
now.
guys are like experts at this game. I gotta like do something to throw it
I
up.
don't know about that because
All right, so prehistoric what?
Oh, I was just thinking.
People.
Actually,
This started with geese. Can we talk about
I thought we were going into like dinosaurs.
Here's what I wanted to say. Totally unrelated to animals,
feathers.
but that episode of Elon Musk where he did something, whatever, and it made news. He talked about this whole that thing. We're on this whole spectrum of time, and if we're one tiny speck, like compared to cavemans to now, like cavemen were like this tiny little bit, but we're such a smaller part of the span of history. That's all I wanted to say.
That's all you wanted to
That's
say.
all, okay.
Yeah, all right.
I want to talk about dinosaurs with feathers in them again. That's fun.
Well, that's what
Like feathered dinosaurs are amazing.
Feathered dinosaurs. Even like you think about cavemen, and like this actually happened the other day.
They're so funny. I could just like eat my like popcorn,
I
my
know.
Cracker Jacks, and just like
This
hang out
thought,
all day.
this thought
Yeah,
came
your
through
Cracker Jacks.
my head the other day. They were having their own conversation.
Boom.
But I was thinking about technology today,
game's too easy.
and like Instagram has now synced up with Boomerang to have that app. But like cavemen used boomerangs or back in the day, wasn't that like a prehistoric human thing that you were kind of bringing up?
Yep,
Don't they
yep.
like? I don't know,
Real
like,
boomerang.
Like real boomerang.
I just went to the phone
You went
and
to the
app, and I
app,
was like,
right?
what are we doing?
But like, why and how it's 2018 and we're calling things words that were, I don't know.
Old
Did you
school
hear-
words, old school words,
I
new
had this
design.
thought the other day.
Because
Yeah.
I know
Netflix.
the answer.
You know the answer?
Yes.
Oh, design person,
Because
yeah.
because you've imprinted a positive memory on that boomerang, right? So you're a child, you had fun, you threw it, whatever.
Yeah.
And so then when you use a name like boomerang for an app or so on, it reminds you of the feelings that you had when you were doing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. Is that why they keep doing remakes of Mamma Mia 1,000 times?
Maybe? I don't know.
It's ridiculous. My friend Jonas
Sure.
was in the show, but then I hear the movie coming out. I just think of like baby boomers just having a good old time with Mamma Mia. We're just gonna watch Mamma Mia again and again and again.
I know the words.
Now I
and
know
this
what
is
I'm not gonna
hilarious.
I just need to say something really quickly because when you said boomerang, you thought of the app.
Yeah, I did.
And
immediately.
Then I was thinking about
I think of the hunk of wood.
right.
Yeah, and
old
how they're
names,
connected.
Old names, new names. Like
Old names, new things.
And apps are now like these new names. Alphabet now is the name of Google. Have you heard about the watermelon?
It's not really subtle. And so then on top of that watermelon, there's a boomerang.
Did everyone get their words?
I used
Yeah.
all three of mine.
I did mine.
I'm missing one. We
What's
need to
his-
talk about geese again. Specifically Canadian geese.
Wait, Canadian geese was yours?
Yeah.
I thought it was with you.
I don't know
Oh,
why you
no.
kept talking about geese.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
like,
like,
what's happening with geese?
I'm supposed to. Were you just in a goosey
I love
mood?
how I had feathered, but I didn't want to talk about geese. I wanted to get back to the
I know
dinosaur.
you kept bringing us back to dinosaurs.
But I feathered.
Right, okay, so wait, you just ripped up your car. What were your 3 words, Tom?
Watermelon seed.
Yeah, that was obvious.
Caveman and no, what?
Something with a sh at the end.
No, it's that last one that threw all the way over.
Here. Jellyfish.
Oh, jellyfish. Jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
those were
When-
seamless.
When did you do jellyfish?
I
very
was talking
beginning.
about groups of
Groups of animals.
Right. I threw in pollen when
Yeah.
you were talking like bees and
Businesses.
businesses. So I got pollen there. There's the feathered, which was my dinosaur, and Cracker Jacks, where I was like, you guys are so funny.
I was
eating
trying to
my
play
Cracker
off your
Jacks. Oh,
Cracker
there you
Jacks.
go.
I was going to be like, you do Cracker Jack. I'd love to just chomp on watermelon seeds. That's what I'm trying to
It's not a snack. It's not a snack.
Toasted.
And what were your
watermelon.
3?
My
Blended.
Canadian geese. Wish we had time to talk about that one again. Boomerang and Mamma Mia.
Mom.
That was hilarious, because I'm like, they're really not making remakes of Mama, but okay.
There's Mamma
It's a
Mia too.
sequel! It's not a remake!
Oh, is that, see, that's how much I don't know about.
All I felt like was 3 people having 3 different conversations,
Yeah.
and then the 3 of us
See, the
trying
way
to-
this usually works is people are paying attention to the other person and laughing when they use a word. You guys were so focused on yourselves.
Narcissist
Ish.
is the name of this episode.
Ish.
Yes.
Thank you. That was fascinating to
That-
watch. I wanted Cracker Jacks. I mean, honestly.
That brings us to the end of our time together.
Oh,
I know.
I'm still staying.
You can.
Perfect. This
Tom
is too
just
I
fun.
think we all need some
Usually
alcohol.
I live
Sabina,
right here.
Sabina usually asks our guests for a job, but now I think you work here now. I think
Yeah.
that's how this
Wait, this is
worked
the first episode
out. Yeah.
that we are giving a job instead of giving me away.
So first,
I love it.
And I just,
oh yes.
as a little thank you before we get to our final thoughts, I know you have 2 boys and they
do.
probably like to stick things.
Yes.
I have a million stickers
Yes!
for you. Oh my!
Thank you.
Most of them are free hugs. Some are humans to humans, and then spatulas have more fun. Do you know anything about our dance floor theory? Basically, when you scoop people into the mix, you're a spatula to connect people.
I had a very naughty thought.
We're not going there.
Not appropriate.
Moving right along.
I thought, of course, you can adorn your phone.
You're gonna stick with free hugs.
Free hugs. Yeah.
But I thought also that your sons would enjoy the stickers.
I don't know what the thought would be. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, there you go. And so with that, we're gonna close out with final thoughts.
Yes.
We have to come to the end of our time
Yes,
together.
it's
Hold back.
We should
the
probably
tears
get
out
some.
there.
It's so sad.
We like to scoot a little bit closer.
Our energy
voice-
balls. get
I'd love
close
that
together.
energy ball.
Our voices get a little bit lower. And we reflect back on our time together here today for the 36 minutes and 24 seconds that we've been together, 25 seconds. And
Felt like 30 seconds.
Each of us, just say, what's your key takeaway? What's something that you're going to walk away from here a different person? Sabina.
Well, every time we have a guest on this show, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the best person ever. And you are no exception. Like, I want to be your best friend. Casually, Melissa, you're out. You're in. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love you all. No, but I really enjoyed this. I'm sorry. I love you.
I'm just going to sit back and eat my
I
watermelon
love
seeds.
everybody. Yeah.
Hey-o.
But really, I think, speaking of feeding your butterflies, I feel like we're all very improv-y people, given that activity and, like, how we speak normally. And that's feeding your butterflies, because you don't know what you're going to say next. And we have fun with it. So feed your butterflies, people.
Thank you. Melissa.
I now know that when there are flies in my apartment, they're just getting down to business.
Yeah, they are.
That's it. That's it. No.
Nothing.
No, I just have this great sense of a very powerful woman in the room, and I appreciate that.
You?
It's
It's me. It's Princess Sabina, the powerful. No, it's you.
Just when women talk and think and work towards having it all, I think you are a prime example of someone that does, and I appreciate you spending your time with us here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mona.
When you do these kinds of things, when you're speaking or going on to be a part of a show, I'm just so used to it being so stale and so like kind of formulaic, and I have to say I really appreciate how real you guys are. Like I kind of couldn't wait to get here and couldn't wait to talk to you, and the thing I will take away for the rest of my life is don't worry so much about being accepted, just be real. You made it so lovely for me to kind of come in and be a part of the circle, and I felt like I had known you guys for a year. You did it in like a minute, and feeling that, I would like to be a part of helping other people feel that. So that's what I would take away.
Stop. This is the most emotional final thought I have ever heard.
Hop, hop, a whoosh. That's a Swift Kick thing. Dance my theory. We put it in our training.
Wow, thank you. That was wonderful, and thank you for being a guest on the show too. Because I've hung out with you lots outside of this, and I kept telling them, we gotta get Mona on, we gotta get Mona on, we gotta get Mona on, and you delivered at the level of Mona that I know and appreciate. So I was so glad to have you here. And thanks to my co-hosts here for helping out as well, making this happen. And if I have one takeaway, it's that when butterflies are in my stomach, this is what they do. Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Thanks for watching.
Subscribe. See you. Subscribe. Woo! Butterflies.
And then there was ooh. I'm gonna do that from now on.